I have learned that you cannot make someone love you. All you can do is be someone who can be loved. The rest is up to them. I have learned that no matter how much I care, some people just don't care back. I have learned that just because someone doesn't love you the way you want them to, doesn't mean they don't love you with all they have. I have learned that it takes years to build up trust and only seconds to destroy it. I have learned that it's not what you have in your life, but who you have in your life that counts. I have learned that you can get a buy on charm for about 15 minutes. After that, you would better know something. I have learned that you should not compare yourself to the best others can do, but to the best you can do. I have learned that it's not what happens to people that's important, it's what they do about it. I have learned that you can do something in an instant that will give you heartache for life. I have learned that no matter how thin you slice it, there are always two sides. I have learned that it's taking me a long time to become the person I want to be. I have learned that it's a lot easier to react than it is to think. I have learned that you should always leave loved ones with loving words. It may be the last time you see them. I have learned that you can keep going long after you think you can't. I have learned that we are responsible for what we do, no matter how we feel. I have learned that either you control your attitude or it controls you. I have learned that regardless of how hot and steamy a relationship is at first, the passion fades and there had better be something else to take its place. I have learned that heroes are the people who do what has to be done when it needs to be done, regardless of these consequences. I have learned that learning to forgive takes practice. I have learned that there are people who love you dearly but just don't know how to show it. I have learned that money is a lousy way of keeping score. I have learned that my best friend and I can do anything or nothing and have the best time. I have learned that sometimes the people you expect to kick you when you are down will be the ones to help you get back up. I have learned that sometimes when I'm angry, I have the right to be angry, but that doesn't give me the right to be cruel. I have learned that true friendship continues to grow even over the longest distance. Same goes for true love. I have learned that maturity has more to do with what types of experiences you have had and what you have learned from them, and less to do with how many birthdays you have celebrated. I have learned that you should never tell a child their dreams are unlikely or outlandish. Few things are more humiliating, and what a tragedy it would be if they believed it. I have learned that your family won't always be there for you. It may seem funny, but people you aren't related to can take care of you and love you and teach you to trust people again. Families aren't biological. I have learned that no matter how good a friend is, they are going to hurt you every once in a while, and you must forgive them for that. I have learned that it isn't always enough to be forgiven by others. Sometimes you have to learn to forgive yourself. I have learned that no matter how bad your heart is broken, the world doesn't stop for your grief. I have learned that our background and circumstances may have influenced who we are, but we are responsible for who we become. I have learned that sometimes when my friends fight, I am forced to choose sides even when I don't want to. I have learned that just because two people argue, it doesn't mean they don't love each other. And just because they don't argue, it doesn't mean they do. I have learned that sometimes you have to put the individual ahead of their actions. I have learned that we don't have to change friends if we understand that friends change. I have learned that you should not be so eager to find out a secret. It could change your life forever. I have learned that two people can look at the exact same thing and see something totally different. I have learned that no matter how you try to protect their children, they will eventually get hurt and you will hurt in the process. I have learned that there are many ways of falling and staying in love. I have learned that no matter the consequences, those who are honest with themselves get farther in life. I have learned that no matter how many friends you have, if you are their pillar, you will feel lonely and lost at the times you need them the most. I have learned that your life can be changed in a matter of hours by people who don't even know you. I have learned that even when you think you have no more to give, when a friend cries out to you, you will find the strength to help. I have learned that writing as well as talking can ease emotional pains. I have learned that the paradigm we live in is not all that is offered to us. I have learned that credentials on the wall do not make you a decent human being. I have learned that the people you care most about in life are taken from you too soon. I have learned that although the word love can have many different meanings, it loses value when overly used. I have learned that it's hard to determine where to draw the line between being nice and not hurting people's feelings and standing up for what you believe.